Imagine watching a Sunday football game and every touchdown, every pass, every yard suddenly feels personal. Not because you bet money, but because the players on the screen are actually on your team, your fantasy team. That's the magic of fantasy football. Today, I'll explain how it works, how to get started, and how to avoid rookie mistakes. So by the end, you'll feel ready to draft your first team. What is fantasy football? At its core, fantasy football is a game where you build your own team of real life NFL players. When those players perform well in real games, that is, when they score touchdowns, gain yards, or make key plays, you earn points. The better your players do in real life, the more points you rack up in fantasy. You'll face off against other players in your league, usually week by week, and whoever scores the most points wins that matchup. Think of it as being both the coach and the general manager of your dream team. Step 1. Join a league. The first step is joining a league. Most people start on free platforms like ESPN, Yahoo Sports, or NFL Fantasy. You'll either create your own league with friends or join a public league with strangers. Leagues usually have 8 to 12 teams, and the season runs alongside the NFL season, from September to December, with fantasy playoffs at the end during the last games of the NFL regular season. If you're just starting out, don't overthink it. Join a casual league and just focus on learning the ropes. Step 2. The draft. One of the most exciting moments is the draft. This is when you pick your players. Each league has a draft day, and everyone takes turns choosing players until all the teams are full. Think of it like recess in school, picking the best athletes for your team, except now it's NFL stars. You'll want a mix of positions: quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, a kicker, and a defense. Running backs and wide receivers usually matter the most for scoring points, so they're often picked early. A quarterback is key too, but you might want to wait at least a few rounds. As for a defense and a kicker, wait till the later rounds. Several platforms also offer mock drafts so that you can practice. The draft is part strategy and part luck, but also lots of fun chaos. Step 3. Managing your team. Once the season starts, the real game begins. Every week, you'll set your lineup, meaning you choose which players are active. If one of your players is injured or has a bye week, meaning that their team isn't playing that week, then you'll need to swap them out for another player. Most leagues let you add and drop players from the waiver wire, which is basically a pool of free agents. This is where you can pick up that breakout rookie or rising star that everyone's buzzing about but was not picked up by any team. Managing your team week to week is what makes fantasy so engaging. You're always adjusting and strategizing. Scoring system. So how do you actually earn points? Let's say you've got Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback. Every touchdown he throws earns you points. Every 25 yards he passes also gives you points. Running backs earn points for rushing yards and touchdowns, as well as catches. Wide receivers and tight ends score for catches, yards, and touchdowns. Kickers also score with field goals and extra points. Even defenses score by preventing points or getting fumbles and interceptions, sometimes safeties and defensive touchdowns. The exact scoring system can vary by league, but the general idea is this. The more your players do in the real game, the more fantasy points you score. Strategy basics. Here's where it gets fun. Strategy. Do you draft the top quarterback early, or do you stockpile running backs and wide receivers? Do you take risks on rookies with potential, or stick with proven veterans? Beginners often make the mistake of drafting only their favorite team's players. Don't do that. Spread out your roster. Balance is key. And keep an eye on matchups for every week. If your top running back is facing the league's toughest defense, maybe it's smarter to bench him that week and play a different player with a better matchup. Common mistakes. Every beginner makes mistakes, and that's okay. If you screw up some picks in the draft, you can still make changes to your roster during the season. One big mistake is ignoring injuries or bye weeks. Nothing feels worse than starting a player who isn't even playing. So don't forget to check your lineup weekly. Fantasy football isn't a set it and forget it game. It rewards players who stay engaged, make key trades, and look for hidden gems on the waiver wire. The best managers are the ones who keep learning week after week. Why people love it. At the end of the day, fantasy football makes watching the NFL more thrilling. Suddenly, you care about games you'd never watch otherwise, because your wide receiver is playing on the team. It connects friends, sparks rivalries, and makes every Sunday feel like an event. It's part game, part community, and part obsession in the best way possible. So that's your beginner's guide to fantasy football. It's not as complicated as it sounds. It's just about drafting smart, managing your team, and having fun. If you'd like me to do a video diving deeper into strategy or weekly tips, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more easy breakdowns of things you've always wanted to learn. Until then, good luck with your fantasy season.